guys, it's Katie here again from Creativa, and today I'm making a very simple single signature journal to go into a file folder that I'm going to make next. This is a collaborative project with Cara Brandon from Cara Brandon Creations, and we're using one of her digital kits. It's called Sunflower Soiree, and a couple of my kits to make a project. I'm making one on my channel and she's making one on her channel. So I've already got my signature together. I'll show you that one a bit later, but that's got lots of the papers from Cara's Sunflower Soiree kit, and also just some other bits and pieces in there. So my journal itself is going to slide into a file folder. So I'm using this set of file folder SVG files, but so SVG files are for electronic cutting machines like a Cricut or a Brother Scan and Cut, Silhouette, Cameo, that sort of thing. But they also come as printable templates in case you don't have one of those machines. The file folder does, this journal pack does, and I'm using a few elements from that today as well. And I'm also using a few elements from this SVG Sunflower journal pack, and that only comes as a set of SVG files. My dogs are going a little crazy out there, so I hope they don't make too much noise. So there is a whole playlist on my channel about making the file folders, because I've made a couple already on camera. And there's also a playlist for the journal pack, because I've made a few of those on camera as well. So anyway, my journal is just going to be quite a simple journal, and it's going to slide into a file folder, into one of these file folders. So I've actually already cut out a couple of pieces for my cover from this file folder set. I have cut out one of base page 1 and one of base page 2. So the blue piece underneath is what I've cut out. I'm cutting that out of cardstock, and then the pink pieces on top are my mats, and I've cut those out of some of the paper from Cara's Sunflower Soiree, those dogs. Okay, so I've got all of those pieces cut out. So the reason I'm using these two pieces here is because I want it to look the same, you know, when I slide it into my file folder. And I'm just using some of those hanging suspension files. I've cut the metal strip off, and then I've just cut it out on my Cricut. So this is going to be my cover for my journal, but we don't need all these tabs on the side. So these tabs have been put on, have been scored by my Cricut, but I don't want these bottom ones today, so I'm just going to trim that one off, and this one here. So I'm just lining up where my score line is, in the event that I can see it, and then I'm just going to trim those off because I don't need those ones, and might keep that one, but I'm going to cut this one off here as well, this long one off this one. So just trim that off. I think I need to replace something on my cutting board here, and I'm going to trim these off. So these tabs are here in case you wanted to make a pocket page with these, but today I'm not, so I don't need them. So I'm just going to cut those off, and I will probably put those aside. I could roll some paper beads out of those, or make tiny tags, something like that. I'll just put those to the side. Okay, so I have two pieces, and one has still got this tab on it. So let's just turn this tab over. These hanging files, I tell you what, this is some pretty thick material that they make these from. I had no idea. Super thick. Okay, so I think this might be my front page with my center tab here, and this will be my back page with my center tab at the top, with my tab at the top. So all I'm going to do is put some glue on this tab and glue them together. So let's go ahead and do that. My glue's exploding out of the top. I just filled them up because they're a bit empty. Okay, and then I'm just going to line this one up on here and on here. So my journal itself, I've decided is going to be pretty simple because it's going inside my file folder, which is going to be pretty whiz bang. I'm going to have lots of pockets and things. So the journal, I don't need to be full of too many. I do have a lot of pockets, it has to be said. I can't help myself with pockets. But it doesn't have lots of flips and flaps and things. It's just a very standard journal. Okay, so that's that. I'm going to round my corners because I think they survive a bit better when they're rounded. And this one. Okay, there we go. That's my cover. Of course you could just make a normal one, but I want one with the tabs on the sides, so that's why I've gone with that. I might just ink up around the edges quickly. Okay, I inked up a little bit, but I might just leave the rest till later. I'm not entirely convinced that you can really tell all that much. So I'm going to put my mats on. So I've already cut those out. I've got some here, 1, 2, 3, and one more, 4. So these, I just chose some really simple background pages to start with from Cara's kit. And so these are the pink mats for base page 1 and base page 2. And I've cut two for the outside, and I've zipped around it with my sewing machine, and 2 for the inside. So I'm going to round this corner down here. I've had these hanging file folders sitting in my cupboard for absolutely ever, so I'm pretty excited to be actually able to use them. And I thought that this green really worked quite well with this kit of Cara's, which is a beautiful kit, by the way. I really love it. So I'm going to pop this page on here. So you can see a little bit of the black line, but I'm okay with that. And I can cut one of the mats to go on the little tabs there as well, so you won't see most of that writing there. I think it just adds to it, you know. That one, and then I'm going to put this one here, and I need to round the corners of this one as well. And that one. Put some glue on here. It's a bit cold in here. Being in the southern hemisphere, it's winter down here, and we have had the wettest winter in 20 years. It's just rained and rained and rained, which is really unusual for Perth. It doesn't usually rain that much. I've got something stuck on here. And we can always do with the water, that's for sure, the rain, to fill up our dams, but it's a bit tiring. Okay, so then I can do the outside. And I need to round some corners. I might do this one and this one. And I'm not going to do any embellishing because on camera, because I'm too indecisive. I'll drive you crazy. I drive myself crazy. It takes me forever to decide. But I just went with these sort of background non-directional papers for the cover so that I can add things to it. But for now we can just pop this on here like this. Lovely. Need a bit more glue up here in this top corner. Whoops. Like so. I really love this file folder set. It comes together super easily. Okay, and then we need to round up corner. I'll do this one. And there's lots of different ways to make it. I made a slimline one a couple of weeks ago. I really love the slimline too. I will try and remember to link it to this video so you can go and have a look if you're interested. It's using all the same templates, all the same pieces, but I just made it a little slimline one. It's pretty cool. Okay, so that is my cover. Just like that. Looks good. And then once I've put my little mats on there, which I haven't cut out yet. So now I'm going to put in my signature. So this is what my signature looks like. I think it's about 10 or 11 pages. So this is the Sunflower Soiree by Cara. So that's one of them. And then I've just printed some graph paper on the back. I love this with the stencil. And this page here I have, I just did a little smooshing with some distress ink on some paper, and then I just scanned it and I just printed it on the back of those pages. Some more graph paper. This is another one of the pages from Cara's kit. Just a music, there's nothing music about that. book page. Just a plain copy paper but in green. Another one of Cara's pages here. A double page of that smooshing. Another of Cara's pages. Another plain copy paper. A bit of music page. Another plain piece of copy paper in a sort of sandy creamy colour. This is just a page that I've got from another kit. It's a great background page. It's meant to look like handmade paper. And then the centre page, which is one of Cara's, and then of course it's the same on the other side. I think that looks lovely, that green on that green. So I did try to include some pages that you could actually write on, which is, you know, difficult. So I've got all of those together and I'm just going to measure it because it sticks out the end, and I'm not a fan of that. And I also really like the edges of my pages to be the same width. So I'm just going to grab a pencil and try to, and I'm just going to mark where the edge of it is. That should do. And then I'm going to trim them up. So I'll put grab my ruler, and I'm just going to measure. So I'm using A4 paper, but you can also fit letter sized. So I think I'm going to trim it to 14.5 centimetres, just there. So just neaten it up so it all matches. I can't see my mark now. Can you? 14.5 centimeters there. Okay, so I'm going to trim it all off like so down there. Alright, so I'll just grab out my mat that I can cut on. And I use my heat gun on it and now it doesn't sit flat, but you know, I should just go and buy another one. And a knife, and I'm just going to line it up along here. So this is totally optional. It's just something I like to do. I know a lot of people who don't though, and I never really notice when I look at their journals, so I don't know why I'm so pedantic about this, but there it is. We all do funny things. There we go, looks good. And then I can see that one of my little pages, I think it's my book page, is sticking up the top a little bit, so I'll just make sure that they're all flat on the bottom. And I just want to line up along the top of this page here, like so, and just trim that off. Okay, I'm happy now. I'm happy. Alright, whoops. Pop that away. Put that out of the way so I don't stab myself. Pick all of that up. And now I can sew my signature in. So I'm going to find the centre. And it's going to go in this way like so. Like so, and then where I'm happy with it, I'm going to find the centre, which for me is, because I use centimetres, 11 centimetres. I'm just going to put a mark there, and then I will come up maybe 2 centimetres, which is just less than an inch. And the same on this side. And then I will grab a couple of paper clips to hold it in place. Same on this side. And then I'll find my awl. And stab some holes, so I can't see that centre hole. I think it's about here. Just stab a hole in there, and in here, here, and in here. Okay, and now I'm going to thread my needle. So I have got this needle here. It's got quite a big hole, quite a big eye, because I don't know, as I'm getting older I'm getting blinder. So I'm just going to measure this so I have just a bit more than double the length of my book. It's probably about 2.5 times. And then we'll find the end. Now, I think I want my threads on the inside of my book, so I'm going to start from the inside center and just sew it through here. I'm going to grab the bottom with the end with my thumb. And then I'm going to come back up through the top going to try to anyway. Up through the top. Sometimes I can't get them on, I have to sort of help each individual page onto my needle. Pull that through. And I'm going to go all the way to the bottom and out. And this is where it always comes undone for me. I want to put it back through the middle, but I'm trying not to sew through the thread. I always manage to sew through the thread. And bring it back up in the middle. I didn't. Ah, beautiful. Alright, and then I'm just going to slide one over to the other side like so. And make sure it's tight on the outside. And take these paper clips off. And I'm going to flip this over and make sure that it's tight in here as well, because I've come across that problem before where there's like a little loop here and then it's not quite as tight as you want it to be, and it's terrible trying to untie your knot. So I think I would like to pull this through a little bit. Wrong way. I want to pull this through a little bit and then pull it that way. So this little guy's a bit longer. That's it. Okay. And then I'm just going to tie that in a knot. I think this is a fantastic centre page because you can write all the way down here. Same on this side. And I'm just going to do this really fancy double granny knot, and that's it. So that is my basic, very basic single signature journal. I'll just put my needle away so I don't lose it. And then I'll put my lid on the glue so that it doesn't dry out. So I'm not going to put anything on the cover now, but in Cara's kit, I got lots and lots and lots of bits of ephemera. I got masses of tags and bits of ephemera. So I'm thinking that I'll probably use one of these pieces here. So some of these I've already gone through and I sort of matted them onto some scrap bits of cardstock that I had and then sewed around them, and I really thought that I quite liked maybe something like that on there, or this one's super cute. I might do something like that. Or there's this lady with her little dog, which is cute too. So I might do something like that, but I won't waste your time. Oh, that one, I think. I really like that green here and how it sort of is green around the edges as well. Anyway, I'll decide on that later. I've got lots of little tags and things to finish off there. Now I'm just going to pop some things in my journal. So I've already cut out a bunch of pockets and things that I would like to show you. And this is just how nice and easy it is when you use a kit. So I've got a bunch of pockets here and here and here. And so to start with, I've got 4 of these pockets that came out of the Sunflower Soiree kit. I've got 4 of those that I can put on there. There's another one here. So I've got 4 of those. Then I've cut out a heap of these pockets here and I've lined them with vellum so that you can see through them, which I think is really cute. And they're from the SVG Sunflower Journal Pack, and there's 5 different types of pockets like these ones here. So I've cut out some of those, and I wanted them to be the same colour green as the file folder. So I actually scanned my file folder and then just printed it out. It's not quite the same, but it's pretty close. So I've got a heap of those pockets. a nice corner one here. Now, because I'm using vellum, I can see the white bit from the back of my paper here. So I could either trim that tab down so it's really small, or just not worry about it. And I'm just not going to worry about it because I'm going to pop things in there. So I've got those pockets, which are cute. And then I have got, from the same journal pack, I've got this long guy here, which I'm going to use as a belly band. So that's this piece here. And I have also backed that with vellum. And so that I thought that would look nice on a page as a belly band. And then also from this pack, I've got this, I've cut out this slot pocket here. And so the dark orange little bit around the side is what I've cut out of the cardstock, or in this case my suspension file. And then the light yellow piece on top is my mat, and I've just cut this out of that paper and stuck it together. And there's also a mat here that I've stuck on the bottom at the back of my little flower here. And then I've just stitched all the way around it, and I'm going to put that on my inside cover like that, and then I can put some little tags and things in there. So I'm just going to stick that on right now. So I just want some glue around here and all the way around the bottom, up the side. Could be a little tricky to stick down because I've got my stitching there, but I wanted some stitching. Okay, I'm going to put it lower down so that my tags don't stick out the top too much. So I'm thinking maybe about there. Okay, love it. Alright, I'm just going to make sure that's stuck down. I'm just going to have a sip of my coffee, which is probably stone cold by now. So that's that one. And then I'll put that to the side for now. Out of this same sunflower journal pack, I've got this guy down here, which is a CD sleeve, but instead of having the circle in the middle, it's got the little sunflower. I thought it was cute. So I'm just going to put one of those together. So out of the dark yellow, I've cut out my piece here, and I've actually just cut it out of cream coloured copy paper, so it's quite thin, but I'm okay with that. And then I folded it up in half like this. So there's a tab here, like so, and I'm just going to glue it up by folding those in and then folding this over. But I can see a little bit of my tab here, so I'm just going to put a little mark there. And then I'm just going to trim that off because I don't want to see that. So if I just trim that out, then I won't see it. And then the light yellow piece here and here, it's a square under there as well, I'm going to use as my mats. So I might put that one in here, bit of glue, put that on here, put that there, like so. And then I also cut one of these pieces out of vellum, and I'm going to stick my vellum on here. So I'm just going to run around with this glue, just really carefully, little blobs here and there. I'm not, you know, trying to get every little spot, but just so my vellum doesn't run away. I'm just going to put some glue around the edge here. and maybe in a few little spots here. And then I'm going to put some glue around the edge of my vellum. And then I'm just going to line it up and stick it on, like so. Let's have a look. Got a little bit of glue on there. Oh, I think that's so gorgeous. So this CD sleeve, you could also use this one in this journal pack here. So this is a printable template, and this has also got a CD sleeve, and it's just a plain round one, so it's much easier to cut out by hand if you were using the printable template. So you could just as easily replace this sunflower one with this CD sleeve in the journal pack, rather than in that sunflower journal pack. I hope I'm not confusing anyone. Okay. So then I'm just going to close over these little tabs here and put some glue on those. I'll use this glue. No, I don't like this glue for that. I like this glue here for sort of construction, and the other one for putting mats on. Probably makes absolutely no difference, but you know how it is. In my mind, that's how it is. Oops. Okay, and I'm just going to make sure that I've got that down okay. Just flatten it out on the back. So now we've got this little pocket here, and it's got, the pocket is in here, and we've got this tab on the side, and I'm going to attach that to the edge of my page, and then it will be able to flip out. So we're going to put a mat on the back here as well. So I've got this mat here, which is this yellow piece here, light yellow piece I should say, and I'm just going to pop that one on here. And pop that down like so. So nice and easy. Probably could have done with a bit more glue on the edge there. I can go back and fix that up later. And that is my little CD envelope or pocket. So then I can put maybe a journal card or something here, in here. And I'll put that on the side of my page and flip it over. Actually, let's just put it in now, shall we? I am very predictable, and I tend to put my little CD sleeve on my music page if I have one. So here's one right here. I might just stick it right on there like that. It's right on that cream paper though. Maybe here would be better. What have we got over here? Green. Yeah, let's do that. So I'm just going to put some glue on this tab. And stick this against the edge of my page. Like that. Make sure it's stuck on. And then if you didn't want to see that, you could put a bit of lace here or washi or something like that, but I'm not that bothered about it, at least not right now. So that's my little guy there. So then I could put a, let's see, what have I got? This will do for now. It's not very big though, is it? Let's go with a tag. Here's a tag from the kit. I haven't finished it off yet. I've just stuck it to some cardstock and stitched around it, but probably put a grommet or eyelet in there. But anyway, if you had a journal card or some such, you could just slide it in the side there and it would poke out here. This is obviously too long, but that's the idea. and then you can also flip it over. So that's that one. Then I like that, it's got a really nice feel to it too. And then, how funny, despite the fact that I've just said that it's freezing cold outside, I can hear the ice cream truck. What else was I going to do? Oh, I've got a couple of long pockets here that I've already cut out. So they've got tabs on them like this. So I've already cut them out and I've stitched around them and inked them. And they are from they're from this journal pack here. So I'm using A4 paper inside here. So I have cut out this A4 pocket 2 and I've cut out 2 of those. If you were using letter size paper and folding that in half to make your signature, then you'd use letter size pocket 1 or letter size pocket 2. Okay, it's because they're just a little bit longer than A4. So I've cut out a couple of those, so I'm going to pop those in here as well. And then also from this pack, I've cut out 2 small bags and 2 large bags from here. So the blue, I've just cut out of paper. So this is them here. So let me show you how to put those together. Here's one that I have already folded and inked, but basically this is the small bag, this one here. And I've just folded it on the score lines and inked it up, and then we just need to glue it together. So I'm just going to put a little bit of glue on this side here and fold that one in. And then this little tab is the bottom tab, so I'm just going to put a little bit of glue along there and fold that up. And that's it, I've got a little small bag and I can cut it out of whatever paper I want. And it's got a little mat for the front. This front section, it's got a little pink mat there, so you could cut that out of any paper you wanted, or you could use a piece of ephemera from your kit. So I could put something like that on there if I wanted to. So that's a little small bag, and I've made another one here, so I can clip those in somewhere into my little journal here. And then I've also made I've already made one large bag, but this is another one that I wanted to show you how to make. So this is also from this journal pack, and this is this large bag here. So it looks like this when you cut it out, and I have just folded it on the score lines. So my Cricut did the score lines for me, but if you were doing the printable templates, you'd do those score lines yourself. So then I like to do this little, little fancy scissoring along here to make it look like a paper bag. I think it does. So I'm just going to cut a really tiny little piece off the edge here. Tiny, tiny, tiny. Don't want to cut too much off, otherwise you'll have nothing to stick down to the other side. And then I'll put a little bit of ink on that one. But I'm also going to do the same on the bottom, just a tiny, tiny little piece across there, like that, with my jaggedy scissors. And then I'm just going to put some ink on those. This is just a piece of graph paper that I've got a digital copy of a piece of graph paper, and I've just printed it onto regular copy paper, and then I can decorate and embellish it any way I like. So then I'm just going to fold this one in here that doesn't have the jaggedy bit and put a tiny row of glue down there and fold the jaggedy bit over the top, like so. And then I'm going to do the same with the bottom, like so. And then I just take my jaggedy scissors, I don't know what are these called, And I'm just going to trim right across the top. And now I have a little bag, and I could have done this out of any kind of paper I wanted to, but I thought I'd keep it kind of plain, and then I can decorate it myself, embellish it myself if I want to. Like so. So these are all the bits and pieces that I have to put in my journal. So what I might do now is just put some music on, maybe speed it up a little bit, and you can watch me put the pockets and things in, but it's all pretty self-explanatory, and that will be it for today. So let's do that now. you.